They upgraded me to the penthouse suite. Didn't even have to ask. And that was validation. Have you ever gone somewhere thinking that you just needed a break? But when you got there, you realized what you really needed was yourself. Hi, love. I'm Solo. Welcome back to Solo Sanctuaries, a space where women learn to choose themselves again, trust their inner voice, and transform through intentional solo travel. Over the last few weeks, I've shared how that March equinox trip transformed everything for me. I chose myself again. I walked away from misalignment, and the door opened to new and wonderful connections. Today, I want to show you why that trip changed everything. And that's because intention wasn't just part of the trip, intention shaped the transformation. Thinking back to that year, my personal numerology was a 6. And I named my year the year of radical self-love. And when everything fell apart, that mantra and that title for my year became my compass. Remembering that theme and wanting to honor it was actually the reason why that girls trip became my first solo sanctuaries trip. So when I sat down to plan my solo trip, the first thing I did was create a name, carrying along the theme of the year. The March equinox, radical self-love, international solo trip. Oh, that's a long name. But it was a big trip. And that wasn't just the name of the trip, but that was the name of the woman that I was becoming, the path I was stepping into. And that first intention guided every decision that followed. Like the resort. The place I chose was expensive. It was further from the airport. And I kind of felt sad not to stay in the area that I was used to and familiar with. How were the beaches going to be, I wondered. Was there going to be any nightlife? But one thing I knew for sure was that the places that I was accustomed to were not aligned with the intention of this trip. Too much partying, too much noise, too much distraction, too many options for the trip to just be another solo trip, but not necessarily a solo sanctuary. Radical self-love required something different. So even though it cost more, further away, I chose the resort that honored who I was becoming. And when I arrived, baby, confirmation. They upgraded me to the penthouse suite. Didn't even have to ask. They were just like, oh, we're going to give you this wonderful penthouse room. Yes. And that was validation. The first of many points of validation. The universe saying, yes, this is your path. This is what the path of choosing you looks like. The next morning, I naturally awoke before the sun. Normally on vacation, I like to sleep in, not bother me. But that day, I felt called to rise. I stood on my penthouse balcony with the pinks and the blues opening up in the sky and listening to the hum and the waves of the ocean against the sand. And in that moment, I was free. I could do anything I wanted with my day. Listen to music, how I wanted to move, rest, explore, hell, even get up early, watch the sunrise. But if I'm being honest, that feeling was also alarming because it was a wake-up call that I really had not been living as peacefully and aligned as what I thought. Even the fact that I didn't quite know what I wanted to do. Again, another alarm. I was constantly asking everyone else, well, what do y'all want to do? And arranging fabulous things for everyone else in my life. But when it came to me, I was a little confused. But I had my intentions, which anchored my trip. My biggest 3 outside of the name were to embody Empress energy, sitting on the throne of my own life once again, speaking life into myself, replacing that tired old script that had been playing in my head, and preparing for new beginnings, clearing space for the woman I was becoming. And then came the moment that changed everything. When I decided to do my own solo photo shoot, standing there in the sunshine, the waves behind me, smiling for the camera, my body relaxed in a way that it hadn't in a long time. And I saw myself, not that exhausted version of me, not the people-pleasing version, not the upset tummy version, not the woman who had been shrinking, but the woman, the true woman that I was becoming. That photo shoot, it felt like another universe. Like so surreal, but so magnificent. And when the photographer showed me all those pictures, I said, I'll take every single one. I'm worth it. By the time I left Mexico, this was the only truth in my chest. I'm not going back to who I was. And so here's what intention really does. It creates alignment, clarity. Intention is a pathway for your soul to meet you and for you to meet your soul. A trip without intention is just a getaway, and getaways are great. But without intention, we come back exactly who we were when we left. Whereas a trip with intention can become a portal. Intention turns a sunrise into a revelation, quiet moment into a breakthrough, a photo shoot into a new identity, and a vacation into a transformation. Your intention is that part of you that travels ahead and prepares the way for that version of you waiting on the other side. If this resonates and you'd like to have a trip that changes your life, not just your location, if you want a trip that helps you meet yourself again, then you're why I created Solo Sanctuaries. I'm leading a live 6-week guided experience to help you turn your trip into aligned transformation, intention, emotional safety, inner work, everything that made my Mexico trip a turning point. You can join the waitlist and grab your free solo travel guide in the link in the description. You don't have to go it alone. We can walk this journey together. And remember, the journey is always back to you.